I've been pretty busy for the last several days working on some big stuff for Kratoria. I'm sorry that I couldn't find the time to create a devlog during that period. But now I found the time. So let's start. By now we've all had enough of the template blueprint materials. It's time to finally add some actual environments that are pleasant to look at. So, are you ready to see it? Okay, this is it in its current state. Pretty cool, isn't it? As you can see, I'm going for a stylized approach here. All the assets here were made from scratch, and since I'm not super experienced in creating nature assets, there are still a lot of things I'd like to adjust. But it's definitely going in the right direction. Here's a little preview of how building a city is like in Kratoria. As you can see, things go pretty fast here. Obviously, I have an infinite resource cheat for now, but even without it, building your base up is not as much of a drag and doesn't require tons of micromanagement. Another thing that I spend some time on are these new template buildings. In order to simulate, test, and adjust the city building and economy, I need these template structures. Otherwise, I can barely differentiate the building types. Plus, it is much cooler for you to look at than white cubes. I made templates for the quarry, residential building, blacksmith, silo, slaughterhouse, and many more. These templates will obviously get replaced by the final buildings, such as these. So in the next weeks and months, you'll notice the game looking better and better. If you paid close attention to this footage here, you should have noticed how the grass is disappearing around the placed buildings. I spent quite some time coding a custom functionality for that. This way, you can really feel how your city is growing and urbanizing the area. I'm still experimenting a lot with the environment and the shading styles to find out which looks best. So if you've got some suggestions on how to improve the looks of the game, feel free to comment on it. Okay, now let's talk about what's the thing I've been working on for the last weeks. I'm trying to put together a showcase of the final game and create the first trailer for it. I'm creating a large batch of content for one faction that will be revealed in that video. So I'm making many buildings, characters, weapons, and artworks for that specific faction and implementing them in the game. In that video, you will see a typical skirmish match of Kratoria. Not in the typical devlog style, but more in the style of an official gameplay reveal. I hope you're looking forward to that. I'll try to make as many devlogs and updates until then, but probably at a slightly slower rate than usual. Let's say around one video per week. Until then, feel free to join the Discord server, discuss the game and ask your questions about it. That's it for today then. See you in the next devlog.